So yeah, there's a well-established and general consensus that the Irish horses generally are a stronger bunch than the British horses. But then, if you're looking at the say the champion hurdle, you wouldn't say that with Constitution Hill being a 1-3 favourite. You wouldn't necessarily say it in the Arkle with John Bond being up there high up in the betting. You wouldn't say it in the Ultima, with the Irish having such a poor record in that race. There are several other races where the British horses have got a strong hand. So overall, you have to kind of take it race by race and horse by horse and market by market. I don't necessarily mark up the Irish horses and mark down the British horses. A lot of the racing, the majority of my betting is done in British racing. I do, well, just by default, because there's not as much racing in Ireland for a start, and an awful lot of the low grade handicap chases and handicap hurdles in Ireland are just not the type of races I would get involved in. So in Ireland, really, all I get involved in are novice hurdles, maiden hurdles, and then the much better quality of racing. On the bigger days in Ireland. Other than that, I leave an awful lot of the lower grade stuff alone. So I'm actually better accustomed to reading British form than I am Irish form. But that's just by nature of the way the Irish racing is versus how the British schedule works. As for Cheltenham, just going through my shortlists, I've mapped out all 28 races. I'll probably end up only betting in maybe 20 of them, 18 maybe. But I've mapped out all 28 with shortlists for all of them, and I can see that I'm slightly leaning towards more of the Irish horses for my shortlist. But again, it all comes down to price. If you've got an Irish horse and a British horse, and they've got very similar figures, very similar form, they'll both handle the conditions. They both stay well. They both got good jockeys on board. But the Irish horse is 10-1, and the British horse is 33-1. I'm probably going to back the British horse in a handicap, say, or I could back both of them, so that's the kind of thing. And if you're going to have both of the horses on side, then you need to go and make sure that the each way terms are in your favour. So in certain big handicap races at Cheltenham, you'll have 6, 7 each way places on side. And in those races, I've got absolutely no problem having 3 or 4 horses on my side. In fact, in many ways, the each way terms demands you to back more than one horse in these races to make sure that you're getting absolute value out of this. Really, it's a once a year situation where you can exploit these each way terms and make profit from them. So it's not all about winners. But yeah, that's just a little bit of insight. Can't wait now.